Hello and welcome back to the Body for Minds podcast. Today's episode is more personal and quieter, but also in a way the result of many louder ones. Because what I'm about to share didn't happen in isolation, and it didn't happen by accident. A year ago, I probably wouldn't even have taken the time to sit down and meditate. Not because I didn't believe in it, but because my nervous system was constantly on. Busy, efficient, moving, producing. Slowing down still often felt unproductive. Unnecessary, maybe? Or maybe even threatening. But over the past year, that has changed. And that wasn't overnight. Like I said, it took me a year or so to get there. And even more when you look at how long I've been practicing body awareness and actually starting to check in with myself. And it was these small repeated practices, noticing my body, letting myself feel, moving intentionally, and learning to stay with discomfort instead of overriding it. Tiny steps, but they accumulate. So recently I did start incorporating meditation into my practice. Not very regularly, just when I have the opportunity or when I feel the need. And during a recent meditation, or the last time I wanted to meditate, I chose a meditation that I'd done before. At some point during this meditation, you're invited to think of something or someone you're grateful for and to feel that gratitude in your heart. Normally, my thoughts would go to my family, my children, my partner, my life circumstances. Yeah, and this time, in that moment, a thought appeared, and I thought, well, I'm actually grateful for myself. Why can't I be grateful for myself? I should be grateful for myself. And yes, of course, there was a split second of dismissal, like, oh, don't be self-absorbed, don't be ridiculous. But in that moment, it felt right, so I stayed with it. And it didn't make me less grateful for everything else, of course. But the thought didn't come out of nowhere, I realized later on. It could only arise because I've been practicing staying with myself, practicing being in my body long enough to notice options I would have dismissed before. So yeah, I stayed with it. I didn't push it away this time. I let myself feel gratitude for the long way I've come, for the resilience, for the pivots, for how I show up, not perfectly, but wholeheartedly. And I stayed with that feeling. That's important because cognitive gratitude is easy. You can say, I'm grateful for myself for taking the time to meditate, or I'm grateful for myself for taking the time to do yoga, or whatever it is that you're grateful for that you are doing for yourself, or I'm grateful for what I've achieved. And that's honest. I'm not disputing that. And for me, it certainly was a starting point when during my yoga practice, or at the end of my yoga practice, I started doing that too, in my head, silently. But this was different. This wasn't just a sentence, it was a sensation, almost like a warm hug from the inside. And as I continued the meditation, and you're supposed to come back to that feeling of gratitude, I noticed that my lips started quivering. Just quivering. I noticed it. Nothing else was there yet. And I stayed with it. I let them quiver. And if this had happened before, I would have started probably moving my mouth, shifting my body, trying to shake it off, kind of. But this time I didn't. I just noticed. And as I stayed longer, the emotions came. And I felt tears welling up in my eyes. And I felt that they were tears of gratitude and relief. Relief that I wasn't leaving myself out anymore. Relief that my nervous system was steady enough to hold that feeling. Steady enough to stay with my body when it was doing something unexpected. Reflecting on it afterwards, I realized a nervous system stuck in fight or flight cannot access that depth. When you're in survival mode, gratitude is cognitive at best. You can list things, and that's still good. I'm not discounting that at all. But you can't feel the vastness of it. You can't soften into it. This moment was possible because my system wasn't bracing anymore. It was available, and that availability was built over time. So it wasn't the meditation, it wasn't even the tears. It was the capacity to stay long enough for something real to move. And that capacity is trainable. It begins by tuning into your body, by cognitively acknowledging yourself for showing up, by allowing small moments of presence. Over time, if you stay, your body begins to trust you because you're no longer abandoning it. And in that trust, something softens. So if including yourself in gratitude feels impossible or even ridiculous right now, that's not failure. That might just mean your system is still protecting you. Start where you are. Start by tuning into your body. Start cognitively. And then see what happens if you stay a few seconds longer each time. That's enough. Until next time, more you, less noise.